Hi, it's Joy. Happy New Year, and today I'm going to be watching Season 2, Episode 10 of The Gifted, the enemy of my enemy, which had a lot of capital M's in it. I'm really stressed. I mean, I feel like I've blinked and we've made it to the other end of the Christmas hiatus, which is brilliant, but also I don't feel like I'm yet processed and ready to deal with the fallout of the last episode, especially with what's happening with John. This show means so much to me. I love it so much, and yeah, so I'm very scared for John this episode, and just in general I think the pieces are very much still moving all around, and I love these characters, I love this show, let's go. I don't have time for a flashback right now. John is in present day danger. Oh, back when they were all a little group.
Nice. I don't think I'm strong enough to keep the two of you apart. But I want you to remember something here. Be able to depend on each other 100%.
Once upon a time they could have depended on each other without hesitation.
Always.
Always.
Us?
Until the inner circle comes along. Coming to visit his family? Hey guys, I killed my first girlfriend. Can we talk?
Nothing's like it used to be.
I know, but
You made it come home.
you know I can't do that.
Well, then I guess there's nothing to talk about.
Just listen to me!
And he can't have it both ways.
Sad inside.
He killed his girlfriend.
If he's really that unhappy, maybe he's having second thoughts.
He loves where he is, he just killed his
I don't
girlfriend.
think so. I'm trying.
We know.
Oh, Lauren.
It's the purifiers.
They've got John.
Captured John.
I'm very stressed about this fact. Okay, can we hurry up and save him?
This might be John's only chance.
I think they could probably trust Lorna to help John, because it's not going against the inner circle's plan.
Expect balance reporting from that guy.
Why are you even watching it?
Built on storing up.
We should make them tell the truth.
The reason why John's in this mess is because of me.
That isn't true.
It's not
It
true.
is.
Whoa, 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 hey.
You couldn't have known the purifiers were going to be there. The only person whose fault this is are the purifiers.
And you're John's only chance.
We've got to work together and trust.
No, screw this up.
Never.
I've missed these guys so much, and I'm still so stressed for John.
Years ago, we made a promise, Lorna, that we'd be there for him.
Of course she still cares. Oh, I don't really want to see this. Can we just pretend that John is just having a tea party and that nothing bad is happening, please? Oh God. They're coming for you, John. Kind of slowly at the moment, but they're coming.
You bled for this country.
And then it screwed him over.
Thing is, hard for you
He's just so up himself.
to save your soul.
My soul's doing fine, thanks.
Yep. Look at your own soul,
The
Jace.
last time I checked, we got won't end until the mutant underground is destroyed.
I will never
As though the mutant underground's causing any of the problems at the moment.
run around with a hate group. Maybe I'm not the one whose soul needs saving.
I mean, every word of that was true.
I'm not the one that killed 37 people that create financial people.
Neither's John.
We
I mean, look, I wouldn't inflict this on anybody at normal volumes.
just gotta break
It's
it
funny
up.
because John's only told them the truth so far.
That's why I'm never gonna get him back.
I hate it.
So what? You said yourself.
You should, if the inner circle's so wonderful, they could so be allowed to go and help mutants in trouble.
That we're doing something good here.
But the inner circle aren't bothered
No,
about
he
mutants
showed-
in trouble.
Reva won't like it.
Won't like what? Stopping mutant haters from killing mutants?
Andy, it's the truth of the
That
organisation
doesn't
you're
make
in.
any sense. That's why we're here.
It's why you're here, it's not why Reva's here.
After my family.
Andy, the voice of reason every now and then. But still naive about the whole situation he's in. It's just a very messed up situation, but can we just save John quicker, please? Oh God, they've no idea. Oh gosh.
You're so different. Come here.
I love that's head eye. He's not staying.
I'm gonna let the triplets or your lovely boss anywhere near.
Don't worry.
They wouldn't want to come.
Mutants fighting each other to save humans.
Mhm.
Seriously, Turner? This is
The X-Men have done that since day one.
It's the inner circle.
What?
He's just telling the
Who's
truth.
attacking us?
I've never heard of it.
Obviously. It's alright, John, they're a bit closer to being on their way to coming. They're actually on the road on the way to coming now.
And you can go right back to hating me.
You did,
Deal.
you know, cause the situation. Because of what you believe in, and you stand by that, but Marcos was just passive in the whole situation. Oh, that time you knocked your sister unconscious. So happy. No, I get the impulse of just being happy your kid's back.
Didn't come up.
Well, that's
I'm with
crazy,
Lauren.
Dad. It's cool. So long that when they came out, they were out of control.
Is Andy going to be the person to tell him just learn to control them? So yeah, they're trying. They're happy, loving parents bringing home.
You gotta give me something.
He's giving you everything.
I lost my wife. I lost my job.
You threw your wife away.
I didn't trade everything for hate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can call it what you want, but your friends are beginning to doubt you. It's lonely trying to save the world, huh?
How do you know his friends are doubting him?
Andy Strucker and Lorna Dane were at that bank. How do you explain that?
They're not part of the Underground
They
anymore.
left the mutant underground?
Yeah. You got it in one.
Because I couldn't make him believe.
No, Johnny, it wasn't that.
Because I failed.
You didn't fail. They chose to change their ideals to hate.
And keep them busy someplace else. Can't just give up on this.
No one's saying that, all right?
You just need to make a plan. We can't rush in. We have to figure out the plan.
Lonnie,
Yeah.
We'll try.
I'm very stressed.
you've been quiet.
I wonder why.
Don't believe it.
You know he's not going to stay. Why would you be
Talking to
happy?
mom and dad like it.
It was a mistake.
Andy, you can't still believe that.
And they broke her.
And she deserved better than the inner circle, lining her up
finding
and sending her off
people
to
who made
fight. I just want Andy to come home to his family.
Remember the medallion I got for my birthday?
Guys, there's not time for this chat.
Turn it into this.
I miss them all being a team. I'm just gonna savour them all working as a team while it lasts. I know they've got this, but I'm still stressed. What did you think was gonna happen? They just happily let John be taken? Or was he gonna think John was lying now?
Tell them not to come.
Why the hell is she attacking our compound right now with Marcos Diaz?
Because you have their friend. You've broken up with your wife. If she was in trouble, would you go to her? Oh, you're a pathetic little man, Jace Turner. That make you feel like a big guy now? You big, tough, strong man?
You people took everything from me!
What are you doing?
Hurry up, please, guys. I just love this teamwork, but I'm also very stressed by it. Especially these two working together. That's ultimate karma. Come on, guys. Look, if the crazy hate group guy is even more rational than you, you know you lost it.
I'm gonna hunt down every single one of your friends, and they're all gonna die.
Why are you saying that like it's anything new? You've been doing this since last season. Come on, guys. Oh my god. I can't wait to watch Jace Turner and his little friend die. I mean, prison would be best, but dying is allowed. Okay, let's get him untied and get him away.
Ready to go home?
Yes? Hurry up, please. Let's not dilly-dally. Come on. Make a portal! Oh god. Okay, make a portal and get to safety!
Trying to kill my sister?
Oh god, are they...
You in the back? You coward!
Okay, let's leave, guys, come on.
What's he doing?
He's going mad, let's...
It's okay, let it go.
Okay, guys, let's just leave. Andy has lost it. Is it the being close to Lauren, or is this just as crazy as he is now?
Let him go. I'm okay.
Oh god. Oh my god. She's gonna hold his hand to get through.
Come on.
He lost it. Was that the Fenris connection getting to him? Because like tried to hit Lauren, he goes mad, or was that just where Andy's head is at the moment because of everything that's happened to him?
We did it, we made it out.
Why is he so happy right now?
That's what he gets for it.
Oh, Andy, you've lost it. Hopefully that'll be a wake-up call that looks on his family's faces. I don't know, but can you get in the car, please, guys? We can deal with this later. Go to family therapy.
I'm so sorry I wasn't there when you got captured.
You could never have known.
You saved me.
Family therapy time?
I saw how you looked at me.
But think about what you did.
They're monsters.
You can't rise to their level.
I know. You think you're better than me.
Well, she is, yeah.
The only way we're getting him back
You're never getting him back.
is if we destroy
The only way you're getting him back is if he comes to his senses and comes back. Because if you destroy the inner circle,
I know.
he'll just be really mad and he'll hate you. That's not good logic.
Yeah. Back to hating each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just think the two dynamics are incredibly hard because they still love each other. That didn't
This
end.
doesn't change a thing.
They just are on different sides. And, you know, Lorna has hurt Marcos severely, but because of what she believes in, and Andy has left his family because he's been manipulated into it and doing what he believes in. Reed, you need to learn to control your powers. You didn't really try last time. Does Reed even know about that little field trip today? Lauren training. I'm here for Lauren training. Finally. I want to, like, see Lauren's powers in action, please. I love that show so much. I don't know how it can't be more successful and popular than it is. It's just brilliant. The characterization is brilliant. The dilemmas it faces you with and everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, so to begin with, we will talk a bit about John. And I thought it was actually really interesting because Marcos was, oh, John will never crack. And I guess he was thinking that Jace would be interrogating him on underground bases and things like that. Whereas all the questions Jace asked him, John just told him the truth. He just said, oh no, we didn't do that. Oh, it was the inner circle. Yeah, Andy and Lorna left us and they've done the inner circle. We've got to look for them. Which I thought was really interesting because obviously he was just giving information on a group that they're enemies with. And I mean, hopefully the inner circle can just demolish any patriots that go after them. I mean, I think prison would be the best option for a hate group, really, wouldn't it? But if nothing else, I suppose, if they're going to kill innocent mutants, then maybe you could justify killing them because they're not innocents, but it's all a mess. But basically, yeah, I thought it was really interesting the way John was just telling the truth and Jace was just not believing him. Jace Turner is someone I don't particularly enjoy on this show. I think he's a fascinating character. I think watching his descent into where he is now is interesting and sadly accurate to what a lot of people in the world, what happens to them, but he's just feeling all this loss and pain, and instead of dealing with it, instead of grieving, instead of coming to terms with his loss of his daughter, he's just becoming an angry, vengeful, hateful, pathetic little man. And yeah, he's even aware that that's what he's become and he doesn't care. So I think his wife is well shot of him. I hope she's going to get to find some peace and happiness in her life, and hopefully Jace Turner will not survive the season. In prison, he can go to prison at the end of the season. He does not need to die. I just need him not on my show anymore because he makes me sad. I mean, I feel like he's probably in it for the long haul. And I mean, he is a horrifically realistic character to the real world. It's just, I don't like him. As you may have gathered. Also, we had the very interesting dynamic of Lorna and Andy helping the team because, I mean, that's something that's never been in doubt. The fact that the feelings that the little group, our lovely characters, shared last season didn't go anywhere at the end of the season. Andy and Lorna didn't leave the underground because they hated everyone there now and they were declaring them enemies. They just have polarised opinions. They believe hurting anybody you need to in the way, gets in your way, who really cares? And they believe that's wrong and you've got to try and protect people, and that the primary goal should be establishing peace and helping mutants. Because that's another thing, you know, for all their resources that the Inner Circle have, they don't go out and help mutants. They don't go out of their way to help mutants. Sure, when they were in the asylum place, Lorna let all the mutants go to cause a distraction, but that wasn't Reva's plan. Reva's plan was to rescue Rebecca, let all the others suffer. Okay, sure, she's freed all the people from prison, but that was part of a wider plan. For instance, like in was it the pilot of this season, the first episode of this season, when we saw that apartment complex where there were lots of mutants living, that was raided and there were people fleeing across the city desperate for their lives, and the Inner Circle just sat there finalising their plan. Oh, we'll check on the news, oh look at that. They don't do anything to go out and help people, whereas the Underground, despite having zero resources and barely surviving, risk everything they can to help other mutants. And I think that for me is why I fundamentally am on the side of the Underground. Now, I don't think the Inner Circle are moustache-twirling, cackling villains. I don't. It's more nuanced than that, but I will never agree with them because they are trying to build something, hurting a lot of people in the process, not really bothered about having to hurt. I mean, they don't go, like, I think they're not, like I said, they're not villains. They don't sort of come up with a plan and the aim is to kill thousands of people. But if their plan required killing thousands of innocent people, they press the button, they do it. Yeah, so that, it was just interesting that Andy and Lorna, did they tell anyone where they were going? Because it didn't seem like it. And I don't think Reva would have been too fond of that mission, even though it could have done something to maybe bring some of the underground people to their side if they'd done it a bit differently, but I don't know. So I'm very glad they got to John and that it wasn't too late. Now, so the two dynamics. First of all, I'll talk about Andy and his parents, and Andy and Lauren. Andy and Lauren have such a difficult thing because they are so connected, even more so than your average brother and sister because of the Fenris connection, but Lauren is so steadfast in her beliefs, and I don't think she will be pulled to believing what Andy believes because she's too good, and that's why she's so angry at him. That's why she didn't want him there, was because she is so opposite to him. I think a little bit of her has been afraid that because of this connection, that Andy has gone this way because of the Fenris connection, and that she will also get pulled into that and they'll become evil murderers like their grandparents or their grandfather and his sister. Now, I don't think that will happen to Lauren. I think if it did, it would be a tragic waste of her character. I could see potentially something along those lines happening for a little plot arc, you know, sort of she loses a bit of control and then she would regain it, but if that happened permanently, it would just be destroying a really good character. But I think it was really interesting to see that Lauren will not waver in that. And, you know, her parents, Reid and Caitlin, the minute they saw Andy, I mean, I'm not a parent, but I get that. I get the fact that they saw their child that they had been desperate to get back all this time, and they could hold him and they could touch him and they could look at his strange choice of hair and they could just know that he was theirs and he was home, and fool themselves into thinking that by being nice and pally and treating him like their lovely son and just joking around with him, that he would have think, oh, this is what I've missed, I'll come home now. Whereas Lauren was under no illusions. I mean, she literally just had a dream in which Andy was like, the inner circle's the best thing ever, oh, who cares if we kill people. So I think for her, it was very obvious that as nice as it was to have Andy home, as nice as it would be to just close your eyes and believe that he was home for good, she knew he was going to go back at the end of it all. And it was really interesting, the dynamic of the fact that, so that guard shot at Lauren, or the Patriot, he sent him flying, the gun out of his hand. That was all Andy had to do to defuse that situation. He'd stopped the guard. Now, they weren't there to just execute all the Patriots, that's not what we do. They weren't there to call the police on them or anything. They were literally just there to extract John and get out. So he's knocked the guard out, his immediate threat out of the way. Maybe even like blasting the gun into pieces or something, that would have been a way. But he was like breaking his legs and things, vengefully and gleefully, and ignoring Lauren when she was screaming at him, I'm okay, let's go. And then when they got through the portal to the other side, I was kind of thinking that Andy was going to have snapped out of it a little bit and be like, oh my god, what did I do? And he was like, whoa, high five guys, we saved John, everything's brilliant, woo! And then was really upset that his family were looking at him as though he'd just been breaking a guy's legs for no reason. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty mad at that guy for trying to shoot Lauren too, but torturing in that way, that was just because he found it fun. So was that Andy? Is that Andy under the influence of the inner circle, under the influence of his experiences in life so far? Like I've said before, he was a bullied teenager, now he can fight back, now he can make them pay. Is it kind of that? Is it his influences of Rebecca, of the inner circle, fighting and hurting people if you have to? Or is it some of this Fenris connection? Does it make you a little bit more unstable? And had his close proximity to Lauren using their powers, they weren't using their powers together as Fenris, but they were kind of there together, a team, and then someone tried to hurt Lauren. Was that why he went a bit crazy and unstable? So is it just that's where Andy is now? Or is that where Andy is now partly because of his Fenris connection? We still need to learn more about this connection, but for me that was, I think, a really interesting dynamic in that Andy, even to the point when he walked off all huffily at the end, doesn't think he did anything wrong in that moment. I mean, knocking the guy out, fine. Maybe even another blast to make sure he was unconscious or something, or his gun was destroyed, fine, I suppose. You know, like he was trying to hurt you, you need to defend yourself and defend your sister, that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I didn't have a problem with hurting Lauren when he was the one doing it, but that's not the point. He did actually have a bit of a problem with it. He did look a bit sad afterwards. I'll shut up. So it was interesting. I think Andy, like I said this season before, season 1, he was fine. He was a 15-year-old kid, so when he was annoying, I kind of thought he was a kid. Kids are often annoying. But this season, I found him such an interesting character. He's fascinating to watch. And like, as much as he irritates me a lot of the time, I enjoy watching him and seeing where he goes with it. I'm also very scared for him and his family, for him and Lauren. And I think it was very telling, the fact that Reid and Caitlin were quite naive in thinking that they could just magically make it all okay and Andy would come home with them, and I hope at the end, I mean, even their statement at the end that the only way we're going to get Andy home is if we destroy the inner circle. Now that is true to an extent, you know, if the inner circle is gone, their plan fails, Andy will need somewhere to go, and perhaps the process of destroying it will make him see that they're not good enough, or that the inner circle is messed up and terrible. But if, when the inner circle is destroyed, Andy is still ideologically aligned to them, he's not going to just magically come home. And maybe he'll come home because he needs somewhere to stay, but he'll continue to break people's legs if they look at him funny. He'll continue to do whatever it is that he believes in, and what he believes in is it's okay to hurt people if you have to, if you need to. This show does do grey areas, but you know that there was no direct need to hurt that guy at that moment. He wasn't trying to get information to save someone's life. He was literally just enjoying revenge on that guy. So it's very interesting that, you know, that seems to be the Strucker's thing now, is that he will come back if we destroy the inner circle. I don't think it's that easy. You need Andy to realise the inner circle isn't everything he thinks it is. You need like Andy was like, oh, I'll tell Reva it's cool, she'll help us go save John. And Lorna was like, no, Reva couldn't care less about John. She wouldn't want us to risk any of her precious assets, aka us, on that. You know, Reva would be furious if she found out they'd done that. So Andy doesn't quite understand the full scale. He agrees with them. I don't think maybe even if he understood the full scale, he might well stay. I'm not saying that he would leave. But Andy has still got a slightly naive view of the inner circle, I think, partly because he is a child and they keep manipulating him a lot. So that was just, oh, so much. And I'm really, really glad at the end that Lauren was training. I love seeing Lauren using her powers this episode. Lauren is amazing. I mean, the Strucker powers are all supercharged. They are not sort of small mutant powers, they're all big. So it's natural that Lauren could grow and grow and grow her power, and I loved the fact that she is training. I think we've seen from the last episode when they broke out of that lab that she's kind of coming to the realisation that she can't just be passive or be soft with it. She needs to kind of go for it, to take action, you know, don't just be reactive, be the one who makes a step forward. And I think that is really good. And I think it bears a little danger that she might end up straying in the Fenris direction, but I think her personal principles and her personal beliefs are strong enough that she won't. And I'm really excited that Lauren is training. I can't wait to see more of Lauren in general just on my screen. And I love that little scene with her and Clarice. I think any moments like that are really special, because we tend to just get our groups in their pre-existing, like the Strucker family, Lorna and Marcos, John and Clarice, even Marcos and John, even Caitlin and John, and like that we kind of get them mostly in their little predefined groups, and I really enjoy seeing any times when like the wider group comes together, because they are like a little messed up family. The couple of members have gone off and joined some crazy people, but it was really interesting. So then we have Lorna and Marcos, who are another dynamic that is just heartbreaking to watch, because kind of like Lorna said, they still love each other. There's a lot more hurt and pain in that love now than there used to be, but it wasn't like they broke up and then something happened. Lorna blew up the plane, including innocent people on the plane, and Marcos didn't agree with that, and then Lorna joined a group that had required her to do that had asked her to do that, which is something that she knew Marcos wouldn't follow. And it was like in the finale, I think Marcos says something like, I'm not coming with you or something, and then she's like, we're not here for you, because she knew that. So Lorna made the choice. She knew that what she believed in was the inner circle's way of doing things now, and you know, she has the right to make that choice, but she has, in doing so, essentially left Marcos and taken his baby from him. I'm not getting into the whole thing about sending Dawn away. I don't even think it was a wrong thing to send Dawn away, but that doesn't change my heartbreak for Marcos in the situation, having zero control over his child's fate and not having been able to even have those few months that Lorna had. Now, I think she must have on her phone, you know, anyone I know, you know, you see the internet, all the baby photos you get inundated with. She could send him 1,000 pictures of Dawn instead of just one. But I think they've got all that history now on top of it, but the love is still there. And I think, you know, for Marcos, he knows that Lorna didn't leave him because she couldn't really care less and just, oh, I think I'm just going to go do this now. He knows that she did it because it's what she believes in, and he knows that she didn't want to hurt him. I think I would appreciate from Lorna maybe her saying, I'm sorry for all the hurt I've caused you, but I had to do it. But I also think that Lorna's not someone that would find that easy to say or even admit to herself, because it obviously hurts a lot to admit that to yourself. I think it was quite telling how well they worked together this episode, and I know that they're saying that this show is on the bubble, it might not be renewed, and I'm going to be devastated. But I'd like to think that the thing that in terms of interesting and compelling stories, a future in which Lorna and Andy were to reintegrate with the group would be a very interesting one. How would those previously steadfast bonds work? Because the original love is still there, but all the hurt and pain that's been caused in the meantime. So I think it's good that they don't kind of act like Lorna and Marcos just hate each other now and they don't love each other and that they never loved each other and everything's gone, because it's not the case. But it is still really, really painful to watch. So yeah, that episode was fantastic. As always, I love this show so much and I don't understand why it's not doing better in the ratings. I can't wait for next week. I mean, I start every episode terrified because I love these characters so much. I'm so worried something terrible is going to happen to them, and it almost always does. But then they're okay, and like, you know, John's at least is at home now, and we've got through our first dramatic reunion with Andy, and well, we already had one with Lorna, and it was a fantastic episode. I can't wait for more. Thank you for watching.